Hi friends, in this video I'm going to share with you how to monetize IBOEs. Taimour Zaman from LineofCredit.ai. My organization is a category leader in 3 areas: providing lines of credit to businesses around the world, monetizing, issuing banking instruments, stamp letters of credit, document letters of credit, bank guarantees, but also assisting companies in IBOEs. And the third area we have a lot of expertise in is assisting companies in an area called private placement platforms. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and do that now. It will give you access to a lot of our insights and strategies when we publish them for you to get them right away to give you an unfair competitive advantage. One of the questions that I'm constantly being asked is, Taimour, can you help us monetizing IBOEs? Before I go ahead to answer that question, my invitation to you is to take some time to understand fractional banking as well as how credit markets work. I find that banking instruments requires deep thinking and deep knowledge into fractional banking and credit swaps, credit markets. If you don't understand fractional banking or the credit markets, this video is going to be completely weird for you. It may be completely weird for you. So my invitation is to, beyond this video, to go and enhance your knowledge, purchase some books, watch videos on credit swaps, credit markets, and fractional banking. So I want to create some context. I believe no matter whatever we want to do in the world today, we need access to money. If you want to save the planet, you need access to money. If you want to make sure your great-grandchildren go to a good school like a Harvard, Yale, or whatever you fancy, you need capital for that. If you want to create a retirement income for yourself, you need access to capital. I believe that we live in a world of credit. In 1971, Richard Nixon said you no longer can go to the bank and give your US dollar and exchange it for gold. What that meant was, or what that means is that if I'm HSBC, as an example, and I want $100 million, I call central bank and say, please print $100 million, and you push a button, central bank pushes a button, really, truly, please fact check this, they push a button and $100 million gets printed into the economy. The central bank doesn't have to go get gold to print money against the gold. The world that we're living into. My father was from India, and so when he was growing up, he used to encourage me to put aside some of my money, some of my savings, some of my money into a savings so I could purchase a car or do the things that I want to do. But the world has shifted, although our education, our mindset may have not shifted, and now the world runs on credit. So companies that have the ability to generate credit can use credit to make investments. Companies that are in the old mind thinking of, let me save some money for a rainy day, whatever, that's great, awesome. You may not have the capital power that organizations and individuals that take the time to create credit for themselves have. I believe that growth today is a function of how much credit you can create for yourself and your business, period. So I really want to encourage people to understand the credit markets, and monetizing IBOEs is a function of that world. So the first question I get about IBOEs is, what is it? It's International Bill of Exchange. There's 3 players in an IBOE: the payer, the payee, and the bank. So imagine you owe me money. Let's say you owe me $100,000, right? And there may be a note about you owing me $100,000, but how do I know that you're going to pay me money? Like, how would I know that? How would I know I may do a credit check on you or something like that. But once you involve a bank as part of the transaction, now you have 3 players, and the credit worthiness of the bank, or the credit rating of the bank, makes a massive difference to the value of the IBOE. The risk, the challenge with IBOEs is that you have 3 players, and if any of these 3 players are flawed, don't work, the entire transaction does not work and it breaks apart. If you're looking to monetize an IBOE, typically it's 50 to 70% of the face value of that instrument. So if you have $5 billion and you want to monetize it, what you should be expecting is anywhere between 50% to 70%, assuming, there's an assumption here, the credit rating of the bank that's issuing it is like a AAA credited bank. The other value for IBOEs is that it also dramatically increases the net value of a company. So imagine you run a business and maybe your business is worth $1 million. I'm just bringing that $1 million as an example. And somebody assigns the IBOE to you for $5 billion. If you can, in your accounting system, using your lawyers, accountants, whatever, authentically actually own a $5 billion instrument, now the value of your company, the value of your shares is significantly more than if all you have is $1 million net worth of a company. I hope that makes sense. There's a lot of companies that are exponentially growing. I certainly know a lot of CEOs that don't need capital today, but they need capital 3 years from now, 5 years from now, like that. And so these businesses, when you go and give them an IBOE for them to own, as an example, this monetizes the IBOE, now that increases their balance sheet. Now what they can do is go and borrow money, get a credit line against their business, an amount that they couldn't have got any other way. I hope that makes a lot of sense to a lot of people. But companies can all go and issue a bond on their company because now they have, let's say, $5 billion IBOE as an example. So there's a lot of value in terms of creditworthiness or the value of the company going up because now they own an IBOE. When it comes to monetizing IBOEs, not all the IBOEs are authentic and real. In fact, our former FBI people who work with us, literally in the past 3 weeks, 100% of the IBOEs that clients have brought to us have been fraudulent IBOEs. And so that's unfortunately, one big challenge in the industry is that it creates that challenge. If you want to monetize an IBOE, you can certainly go to private equity firms like ours, LineofCredit.ai, give us a copy of your CIS, copy of the IBOEs. You have to sign a service fee agreement. Nobody does this for free. Nobody real authentically does this for free. There are lots of what I call joker brokers out there that will claim they do it, and really they're pushing that paper to a bunch of other brokers and hoping that somebody sticks and somebody can say yes to this. And they're praying, hoping that they get, some commission out of throwing paper around, emailing paper around to the world. Nothing bad or wrong with that. I certainly understand that world that they're coming from. But any authentic, valid player does charge a retainer fee because somebody has to validate if that paper is truly real, if that asset's been real, has a cash out of the IBOE being called on, validate the 3 players, and then the payer, the payee, the bank, like that. And then if you want to monetize the IBOE, assuming you own an instrument like that, you may want to reach out to bond providers. There are lots of bond providers that issue bonds based by real estate or gold or silver, whatever it is, and you want to find a bond provider that issues bonds and commodity. You want to ask for the underwriter. You want to present the IBOE to the underwriter, provide all the paperwork they need so that the bond provider issues a bond on your company, on whoever owns the IBOE. If you don't own the IBOE, you may want to get a JV agreement with the owner of the instrument and say, hey, I may be able to monetize this instrument for you. And then you may want to go look for either corporations that are fast growing and are looking for capital for 3 months from now, 3 years from now, like that, and see if you can find somebody like that who's willing to pay a fee for that. We at Line of Credit certainly know a lot of companies that are growing. We charge a retainer fee upfront from people that say they have IBOEs, so we can validate if they have an IBOE is real. We certainly don't do anything on hoping, praying on performance level for sure. So any authentic players, please expect that you have to pay them a retainer fee upfront for them to do a lot of the legwork, strategy work like that. So bond underwriters, corporations that are growing really fast, are people you want to talk to. There are lots of asset management companies that would pay or get into a JV agreement to monetize IBOEs for sure. So some frequently asked questions that I get when I publish videos like this is, Taimour, how do I validate what you're saying? My common general answer is, please go see a securities attorney to validate a lot of these answers. How can Line of Credit help us understand what are all the different banking instruments and which ones are right for us? When you go to lineofcredit.ai, you can book a coaching call. Me or any of my associates can be on that coaching call. You're hiring us on an hourly rate as a consultant to assist you with strategy, to help you identify different banking instruments out there and which one could be a help to you. One common questions I get, and I don't know why you ask that from a private equity firm versus a broker, but we ask a lot of questions on, do we ever accept projects on performance basis? And the answer is not no. It's a hell no, 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 no. When clients call us, we ask for a retainer fee upfront, no matter whatever the service is. And then on performance, we get something on performance when we deliver something. We only do three things that we're very good at: providing lines of credit, monetizing banking instruments, and then assisting on private placement platforms. How do I engage your firm if I'm a customer, and how do I engage your firm if I'm a broker? If you're a customer, if you want us to monetize the instrument, we want a copy of the instrument, a CIS. If you want a line of credit, we want a business plan. Are you going to find a bank? Do we need to find a bank? Do you want us to be the bank? Like that. If you want us to assist you in private placement platform, a proof of funds, your CIS. Really, those are simple things we need. Once we have that, we will issue a service contract. Once you've signed a service contract, we'll go into an engagement with you. Please check out linecredit.ai. You can see references, testimonials, three things we do, how we do them, like that. My name is Taimour Zaman, and I look forward to working with you on your side. Bye for now.